Now, let me give you an analogy of what exactly is a transparent system. Maybe giving an example would make it so much more easier for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Now, if you see the screen, you see a window pane. This particular window pane is supposed to be transparent, but because of the water droplets, you are not able to actually see what is happening outside. I'm sure most of you will realize this particular kind of situation when you're driving in rain, something like this. You for sure know some car is going, but you will not actually be able to tell which car is driving ahead, and maybe if it applies brake, you would really not be able to understand how exactly away is it from your car. And well, there are other situations also which makes you feel the same. See, you are driving in a dark, rainy night, and your wiper is not working on your car, and this is what you would face. Now, bringing back this analogy to the transparent sound, you have a music system which is sounding really loud, bright like this, really loud, and you think that's the end of the world. No, that's not the end of the world. You would need this particular system to be as transparent as possible, so that you can actually see what is happening behind in the music. Here you can see the red is blotched everywhere, and rest of it is a dark night, and other than that you have the cars traveling in front of you. That's it. You cannot actually really understand what is happening in front of you, other than trying to guess what is happening there. If you really love this kind of music, fine, totally fine with it, go with it. Not everybody would like the same kind of music, because the world is made of different colors, and the world is made of different kind of people, which is totally acceptable. But if you want something which is really transparent, I'm sure you would switch on the wiper. In this case, the wiper would be having a good quality audio gear, maybe just by changing the audio cable that is connecting the amplifier and the speaker, can behave like a very good wiper which cleans off the glass, and you will be able to see everything very clearly all of a sudden, and you will be able to hear everything very clearly all of a sudden. And well, it might not just end with changing the wire sometimes, because let us say you have an entire what path of audio signal that is traveling, which starts from the input stage where you have the digital to analog converter. After that, you get the pre-amplifier, then you get the operational amplifier, then you get the amplifier, and from there you are transferring it through the cable to your speaker. Even once it enters the speaker, it's not directly getting into the loudspeaker, it is passing through the crossover, it is getting processed, it is getting segregated into different range of frequencies, and the right kind of frequencies are going into the right drivers in your speaker. Again, not just the speaker, but the entire enclosure is acting like a part of the musical instrument that is playing the music. Now you see the entire signal path has a lot of variables in between. Just imagine it is more like a river. We have our Ganga that is trying to take birth in the foothills of Himalaya. From there, you see the Ganga water is very pure. Go to Rishikesh and go to any other places where the foothills of Himalayas, where you have the river taking birth. The water is so pure, you can just take it and drink it as it is. But as it flows further down, you come to what? Further down near Uttar Pradesh, and you go to Kolkata, the water gets dirtier and dirtier. Now that is what is Clean Ganga project all about. They are trying to clean the entire river from the place of its origin till the place where it joins the sea. Now imagine you are the person who is like the uh, Bay of Bengal. You are supposed to receive the music sitting at the Bay of Bengal. The sound source is coming from the foothills of Himalaya. The sound source has a very clean quality sound that's been recorded in the studio. When it passes through various locations, every time it comes to some major cities or industrial city, you see so many new affluents get added to this particular river, and as it goes forward and forward, more and more such industries start throwing out pollutants into the river. By the time it reaches you, which Bay of Bengal, it's already polluted. Now, in the sound terminology, this is called as a distortion. Now, a distortion is a situation where um, either your amplifier or your uh, DAC or your preamp, the preprocessor, or let us say the cables that is being used, maybe the filter capacitors that is being used in the entire signal flow path, any of it, maybe the driver themselves. It might not be as much as a driver, but let's say there is some loose wire hanging inside in your speaker and that is rattling every time some bass is happening. All these unwanted deviations from the standards will induce distortion. Distortion might not exactly be some rattling or anything, maybe you have increased the bass too much. The director did not want that kind of bass in his music, so he has reduced the bass completely, and because he wanted to show something which is more important and not just the bass. So in your speaker the bass is highly pronounced and you do, and let's say the tweeter is also, the high frequency is also highly enhanced, but the mids, that is where all the actual music instruments and all the dialogues are hidden, you are not able to hear that. This is called as a distorted sound. So maybe I think I tried to put my point clear enough. Hope the message is clear. Bhola Singh ji, this is not just for you. Anybody who is looking for the answer for this question, this applies to every one of them. Yes, Bhola Singh ji, this is not just for you. Even though this question is sent by you, there will be 100 of our followers who would definitely have this exact same question in their mind. And this is an answer for every one of them.